In Hebrews 1:8, the Father declares to the Son, "Your throne, O God, will last forever." How can the Son be addressed as God if he isn't divine? Skeptics, can you explain this? The key passage, Hebrews 1:8. The author of Hebrews writes, "But of the Son he says, 'Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of uprightness is the scepter of your kingdom.'" This verse is significant because the Father addresses the Son. The Father explicitly calls the Son God, affirming his divine identity. Eternal throne. The Son's rule is described as everlasting, a characteristic unique to God. Righteous reign. The Son's kingdom is characterized by justice and righteousness, reflecting God's nature. Challenge to skeptics. How can the Father address the Son as God without affirming his divinity? Why is the Son described with attributes unique to God, such as eternal rule and perfect righteousness? How does this verse fit within a Unitarian framework of God? The Son's divinity. Affirmed Hebrews chapter 1:8-12 affirms key aspects of Jesus' divine identity. Eternal rule. The Son's throne is everlasting, a quality reserved for God alone. Psalm 45, 6-7 quoted here. Creator of all. The surrounding context, Hebrews chapter 1, 2-3, 10, describes the Son as the creator and sustainer of the universe. Worshipped by angels. Hebrews chapter 1:6 says, "Let all God's angels worship him," emphasizing Jesus' divine status. Worship reserved for God. Throughout Scripture, worship is reserved for God alone. Exodus 20:3-5. "You shall have no other gods before me." Matthew 4:10. Jesus says, "Worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Hebrews 1:8-12 portrays Jesus as the object of worship, confirming his place in the Godhead. Old Testament context. Hebrews 1:8 quotes Psalm 45, 6-7, a messianic psalm that highlights the divine nature of the promised king. The psalm celebrates the eternal throne and righteous reign of the king, attributes fulfilled in Jesus. By applying this psalm to Jesus, the author of Hebrews affirms his identity as the divine Messiah. The Trinity in action. Hebrews chapter 1:8 highlights the relational dynamics of the Trinity. The Father exalts the Son, affirming his divine authority and eternal rule. The Son, Jesus, receives the title God and rules with perfect justice. The Spirit inspired the scriptures that reveal this truth. 2 Timothy 3:16, 2 Peter 1:21. This relational unity underscores the distinct yet unified nature of the Godhead. Addressing common objections. Jesus is only a representative of God. Response. The Father directly calls the Son God, emphasizing his divine essence, not just representation. This is poetic language. Response. While the text is poetic, its theological implications are clear as it affirms the Son's eternal rule and divine identity. This doesn't prove the Trinity. Response. Hebrews 1:8-12, combined with the broader context, highlights the distinct roles and unity of the Father and Son within the Godhead. Why this matters affirms Jesus' divinity. Hebrews 1:8 is a direct declaration of the Son's divine nature. Highlights the Trinity. The Father's address to the Son reflects their relational unity. Challenges non-Trinitarians. This verse defies interpretations that deny Jesus' divine identity. Call to action. Hebrews 1:8 challenges us to acknowledge Jesus as God, reigning on an eternal throne. Skeptics, how do you reconcile this verse without affirming Jesus' divinity? Engage with us. What are your thoughts on Hebrews 1:8 Share your insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into scripture and theology.